Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? How you cannot go
baby,
here?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Welcome, come on in. We're going to have our live broadcast right now. We're not going to wait until 3 o'clock. That's an hour and a half from here because the news just came in, you guys. I know most of you guys is in the chat and you're shouting and you're happy. I'm happy too. I told you guys they were going to get more than just manslaughter. They got second-degree murder. Ooh-wee. Both of them got the same thing. That's what they're supposed to get. You guys, they read the verdict. They just got done reading the verdict. It's been 8 minutes ago. Well, no, I take that back. About 10 minutes ago. This is what they said. They could not come up with count 4 and 5. They didn't say what those 4 and 5 was. I don't know what 4 and 5 count was. I guess it could have been just murder in the first degree. I don't know what 4 and 5 was. I can't remember. I didn't write it down, but they were charged and convicted and found guilty on charge 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7, which one was murder in the second degree. Both of them found guilty. Thank you, PS, for the super chat. Number 2, guilty, voluntary manslaughter. Okay? On both of them. Number 3, cruelty to a child. Number 6 was cruelty to a child. So that must have been one child, the second child. I don't know. And then number 7 was false reporting. They could not be found guilty on 4 and 5. Both of them got the same thing. Both of them getting the same time. They are going to sentence them. If you guys don't know, put it in the chat. Go in. Put it in the chat. This is a day. This is a victory. I think it was a wonderful day. I had things going on. My phone cut off. My car was in the shop. All this stuff was going on. People was calling. I just couldn't get to everybody at the one time. I had somebody else, one of the family members was going through some things. I had to shut everything down to come on here to let you guys understand and know that we want the same thing for Cody. Yes, the real T says Cody's voice. Yes, man, we want the same thing for Cody. I believe that this was a victory. It is not going to bring Classic and Sincere back. It's not going to bring them back. Some people thought it was just going to be manslaughter. Some people thought, well, they just did not come with the evidence for murder because there was not the five whys: who, when, what, where, and why. Because you got to think that was kind of interesting. That was kind of interesting. Yes, July the 13th, you got it. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Let everybody know. We share over here. We share. We don't care. Sharing is caring. And yes, I'm happy. I'm pleased with the verdict. I'm not the mother of this child, but I'm happy. I'm very very, very happy. And then you guys, Trezelle, I had video earlier. I was going to show you guys, but I didn't download it because time was running out. Like I said, everything shut down and I could not get to everything. I was up, back, and running within 20 minutes, but nevertheless, we are in the house. I am going to read some of you guys' comments in the comment section right now. We are Cody's Voices. I'm so happy right now. Sugar Mama says the most damaging was the testimony of their own son. Yeah, well, that helped. It helped. And that child's going to have to live with that. So that's another child that's going to be in the system. I'm pretty sure Grandma Wanda West is going to get that child. And it's okay. The child just tried to do the right thing. And Valerie Montgomery says first degree. Yeah, I think first degree was one of them. But the other one, what was the other one? I'm pretty sure first degree was off the table because the who, what, where, why, that just couldn't answer that. Who did it? We don't know if Jacqueline did it. We don't know if Trezelle did it. We don't know if the kid did it. We don't know if Wanda did it. We don't know who did it. When did they do it? We don't have a specific date. What day was it? Was it September? Was it October? What was it? We didn't have that. We didn't have no false reporting. They was found guilty on the false reporting. They were found guilty on that. Let me read it again for you guys to know. Okay, the first count was murder, second degree, guilty. Second count, voluntary manslaughter. Okay, guilty. Third count, cruelty to a child, guilty. The sixth one is a cruelty to a child, but not rendering aid, guilty. Seventh charge, false reporting, guilty. Then they read it for Jackie in the same order. First charge, murder, second degree, guilty. Second charge, voluntary manslaughter, guilty. Cruelty to a child, guilty. Cruelty to a child without rendering aid to the child. Charge 6, guilty. And number 7, false reporting, guilty. They are going down. Just think about it. The murder in the second degree, let's look that up in the California. They're looking at how much, okay, hold on. Let me see. Second degree murder in California. Okay, hold on. Penalty for murder in the first and second degree. The punishment for murder in the first degree shall be no less than 30 years. Okay, no completed second degree murder. Let me see. Second Second degree murder, California. How much time? Oh, Valerie said life. Second degree, California time. No, it's not life. A second degree murder is the unlawful killing for a human being that is done without deliberately. Okay, so you don't have to deliberately do it. It's just second degree. Okay, but simply second degree murder is a murder that does not rise to the level first degree. But a shooting, a gun, a person with multiple. Okay, in contrast, using a destructive weapon, by lying and waiting, by inflicting torture, by a willful, deliberate, premeditated, note in second degree murder opposed to the misdemeanor is state prison for 15 years. I'm surprised somebody in the chat didn't tell us that. That's 15 years right there by itself. Okay, that's 15 years. So let me put that on here. So, you know, we're looking at 15 years for the first count. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next count. Guilty of voluntary manslaughter in California. If you're convicted of voluntary manslaughter, you face a term up to 11 years in the state prison and fine up to $10,000. So you're looking at 11 years for voluntarily manslaughter. You can't get no better than this, okay? Okay, what about cruelty? Found guilty of cruelty to a child in California. How much time? Up to 1 year. That's 1 year. Up to. How much time would a person get for false reporting in California? 6 months. Okay. So you guys got all the details. 6 months. Okay. That's a misdemeanor. So we got 15 years, 11 years, and then we got one. So that's 5, 6, 7, 27. They're looking at 27 and a half years to do. 27 and a half years. They could 27 years, you're gone. Both of you, bye-bye. You should have made a deal. You should have said something. You should have done something, then take a risk of going against the state when there's 2 adorable children that was in your care that you were making money off of. You was thinking your kids are so good that you would take other people's kids, make money off of them, give it to your kid, and you guys are just going to have a good life. You're going to have a nice car. You're going to have a nice house, and your kids is going to be better than everybody else's kids. Not even the kids that you swore that you were going to take care of these kids. I'm going to tell you something. You know, that's the last thing. If you want to see evil at its best, when people hurt children, that's evil. There's no way, and I told you guys this yesterday, there's no way in the world that they was going to let these 2 people go. First reason why they can't let them go, they're danger to society. If they can take out 2 kids, kill one week, and they may not even have it all right. They just know that they're gone. I'm being honest with you. Oh my goodness, yes. Today is a good day, you guys. They are gone. No more sex stores. Goodbye. Sugar mama say goodbye. You're not going to the sex store anymore. You're not going to create any more kids. You might have some sex. It ain't going to be what you want, because you're going to be in a man's prison, Trezelle. And Jackie, you're going to be in a woman's prison, Jackie. So you can have all the fun you want. And I'm going to tell you something about going to jail, or not only just jail, but going to prison. You guys all know. Where Cody's voice says, yes. Here's the thing. When you hurt a child and you go to prison, you're going to almost have to be in protective custody for your whole term there. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, they will beat you down. They will jump on you, and every time something happened, you want to raise your voice because you didn't get this, you didn't get that. They're gonna always remember that's the woman that killed these kids, this other person's baby. She was making money off of these kids. Because trust and believe, they got the word that you're coming. They got and you know what? You're gonna get initiated into the prison, and guess what? You ain't gonna like it, Jackie. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys about something that I feel about this whole case. And I may be wrong. We all got our own opinion. I do believe Jackie did something to the kids. I don't think Trezell beat him and hurt him and killed him. And if it did, it was maybe an accident, him being too aggressive. But I believe with that woman sticking to her gun, sticking to the whole situation of what happened, I believe Jackie took one of those kids out, not saying intentionally. She just probably wanted them to sleep and get sick, and then they can make more money if they got sickly. Because a lot of people do that. But what happened? I think the oldest kid, Sincere, drunk all the medicine, drunk all the baby food out the bottle. Instead of getting sick, it took him out. And then they didn't know what to do. And they panicked. So they said, well, this one keep crying, talking about where my brother. Because, you know, even though that kids are separated from the mother, and this is one reason why the state, and I'm saying I'm not all for the state, you guys. They got some good things going on. Not all the time when they place kids, it's a good thing. And not all times they place a kid, it's a bad thing. There's some good come out of that, because if there wasn't no state helping some children, they all would be messed up, towed up in some kind of chain link fence, trying to get water and fight over food and all this other stuff. So they don't know who they done gave these people kids to. They try. But with this case right here, I don't believe that they tried to do the right thing for these kids. I just don't. And I'm just being honest with you. They should have tried to reunite these kids with the mother and had some kind of leniency for whatever. Weed is now legal. Okay. The kids wasn't going to get killed. They wasn't killed the kids. She took the kids to the hospital. Y'all, I don't care what nobody say. She took the kids to the hospital. She took the kids. Do I like her? I don't know her. But she took the kids to the hospital. That's what a mother's supposed to do. And regardless of what happened, she tried to do the right thing. But one thing about it, my mother would always say, when you let the state get mixed up into your personal business at home, you can hang it up. Don't let them get your kids. Don't let them take your kids and all that other stuff. What's that song? Celebration. Oh, yeah. I ain't got nothing to celebrate, y'all. I ain't got nothing. I'm happy. I'm happy. Hey, Sanja Watts in the building. How you doing, baby girl? I miss you. And I see that Woke the God called. I couldn't get that phone call. And I don't see my girl in the building. She called me, but I was busy. Hold on. Let me call her real quick, you guys. I got to call her. Because she called me. And we've been watching this together. And I don't see her in the building. So I'm going to just call her to make sure she okay. Hey, Tina, I called you too. Ain't nobody answering the phone, so it's okay. I had some things. She probably in the building. That's why she ain't answering. But you guys, if you came in here late, we only... Are you in the building?
I am in the building.
I ain't seen you say nothing. I didn't know you was in the building. All right.
Yes, ma'am. I'm happy. This is a great Friday.
Okay. So you heard the verdict.
Yes,
Was you in the live, the website live when the verdict was read?
No, man, I was outside with Bella Boo.
Okay, so you heard it from me first.
Yes, ma'am. Heard it from you first.
Okay. That's what we do. We tag team each other. There was people calling me to tell me they were on, but I was already on. But every time when they would call, it would cut off. And I was like, oh my God, quit. And my husband walked in and he was like, what's wrong with you? And all that foul mouth. And I was like, God dang it. I didn't say the word. I just said, God dang it. And I didn't say God. I said God. And yeah. And then I was like, and here you coming home. I'm trying to be all happy. I'm trying to get the word out there because I know some people get busy and they missed it because it was only going to be on for so long.
Yes.
But girl, they got second-degree murder.
Ooh, what a blessing, Lord have mercy on criminal boys, I tell you.
And you know what? I don't think the state gonna go and try to get 4 and 5 because you got 27 years. You got a long time to think about it. They're about 20, they're about 28, 29 years old.
Yes.
Then you know what? They're gonna do 25 years. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, because if you don't take him out, the jail will.
Exactly. They'll make it. They'll make it.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot of time to think about it.
I'm so happy. You know what? I didn't really not care about any other charge other than the murder and the manslaughter. They could have even missed the other stuff, but it just shows you that this is the year of karma. Did you know that?
Yes.
You know that, right?
I'm believing it.
This is the year of karma. So if you want to do anything, do the right thing, because if you watch, quit crying to God to make change, because change is already coming. It's coming to the people that was doing a lot of mischief stuff. And you seen them doing good and got the nice cars and the big houses and they're smiling. Look at Trump getting ready to go to court.
Yes.
Trump getting ready to go to court, girl.
Yes. And what the governor in Florida, DeSantis, he's getting ready to go too.
I tell people this all the time. I say, y'all believers and God is good. Y'all always say God is good all the time. God is good. But then when something happens, you be like, oh, I'll be like, stop that. Stop. We serve a good God. Didn't we say he's almighty? He knows how to give good gifts to his children too. But you do got to remember that evil is surrounded. Anytime you try to do good, evil is present. That's what Peter said. That's what Peter said, and it's true. Trust me, try to go to school and see there's going to be death in the family. Kids going to run away with the spoon. Your husband's going to act a nut. The dog ain't going to listen. He going to tear up everything. The car going to break down, and somebody going to steal your money. It's always your mama going to get sick. This person going to cuss you out. Things like that. Anytime when you try to do the right thing and do good and do better, evil's going to come and try to persuade you. This is why when people I know all the celebrities I know, and I know plenty of them. I got more than two hands. If I had two more hands, I still know more than that. You know what they tell me? They say, whatever you do, continue to do it no matter what. Just keep going. Because that's the only reason why you have some people that they just give up. They don't think they give up, but they give up. And that's why you have celebrities, because guess what? They don't give up. They just keep going. They just keep going, and they just keep going. And then one day that door opens up and they walk through it, and they don't have to look back at what they've been through. You just got to keep doing it. And some people can't because the pressure is so much. But the God that we serve says that he will not get put on you more than you can bear. So if it's something that he told you to do and you're doing right and doing good, wouldn't he have to be for that?
Yes, but that certain destruction really just like.
But so what? He's a just God. He's a good God. You cannot give power to evil. See what I'm saying? Ain't no but to it. God is God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He's bigger than everything and all things. Everything is made by him, for him. Wouldn't it be appropriate to see justice at its best?
Yes, and we saw it today.
We seen it today. That tells you he's still alive. He's still working. And people's like, I don't see, miracles anymore. You know what? Let me tell you something. When two people can go to jail and you got only but substantial evidence, you don't have the knife, you don't have the smoking gun, you don't have an eyewitness, you don't have the body, and they are found convicted to guilty to second-degree murder, that is God Almighty. Because if they did it, he would not allow that. They would be walking out. And you know what I heard today? And this is just some news for you guys. Tredadius' lawyer got him. He wants his job back as a police officer in the Tyrese case. Yeah. They went to court. You remember they supposed to go to court today?
Yeah, the media, yes, ma'am, that's right.
They went to court today. And you know what he said? His attorney said it's not right for y'all to take his decertification, take his certification. He's going to remain workable until this is all over with. You know what that tells me? Somebody's finna make some deals. Somebody's finna make some deals. And you know what? I tell people this all the time. I say it as a funny joke. I really do. Because it is funny. But it's the truth. You better hurry up and tell. You better hurry up and go tell. You know what? I'm going to tell you something that was really funny. And you know this is true. So 2 people fell on my unit in one night within 5 minutes of each other. I have a CNA there. She walks up on it or whatever. She comes and tell me, we go in there. I do head to toe assessment. And so this person is a paraplegic, right? But he fell out of bed. Okay. So I see abrasion on his right forehead. So I'm like, okay, so I'm writing up my report. She's sitting at the desk with me. We done took care of the other one. So I'm like, okay, there's 2 falls. I'm talking to my DON. I'm saying there's 2 falls. I'm sorry to tell you, but there's 2 falls. And so what do you guys want me to do? See, I don't make the decision. I only take orders. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell them the situation, right? So I tell them the situation, and is there any injury? No, there's no injury. So then I turn around and I'm getting ready to write my report. The CNA turns around and tells me, you didn't put nothing in there about the abrasion on his left knee. And I look at her, she got her back towards me, but she says that to me. And I'm like, okay, there's no abrasion on his back, on his left knee. She said, yes, there is. This is a CNA telling me this, right? So I'm looking at her like, no, it is not. This is what I tell her. No, it is not. She says, oh, so you want me to change my report? Because they got to say what they see and how they came across the patient and all this other stuff. I said to her, you don't change your report. You write your report how you see it. And I am the charge nurse. I'm going to write my report as it sees fit. So you do what you need to do, sweetheart. She kind of got a little attitude with me, okay? Like, you want me to change my report? I'm not going to tell you to lie. I'm not telling you to lie. If that's what you see, that's what you need to write. But at the end of the day, they're not going to look at your report because you don't know what I know. See, I went to school. So if a paraplegic person falls out of bed on their right side, their left knee is not going to have no bruises on it. If there's bruises on his knee, it's there before, and you guys are putting him right next to the wall and not putting a pillow there. And not only that, since you want to sit there and act like you're getting ready to tell something, like you better or you know, if you know so much, why was his fall mat under the bed instead of beside the bed? It wouldn't be considered a fall if he fell on, because that is already in his care plan. So, and then you want to sit there and say, I failed. He wasn't missing. You didn't find nothing. If you heard him yelling, why would he be yelling? He should have his call light. You are getting yourself in trouble. That's your job to do. So listen up, Buttercup. I'm not going to have nobody tell a lie. You tell it like you see it. But when you get done telling it, make sure you correct yourself. Okay? I've already called the DO in and told him the whole situation. And he's in agreement with what I just said. Okay? The abrasions that's there, they must be because they are scooting him up next to the wall and he's scraping his knee. He's a paraplegic. He can't. He can wiggle himself, and he's wiggling himself so much that's where that come from, but it didn't come from the fall. And here's the thing. We're really just worried about the hip in the head, okay? That's the danger. We're not worried about if the big toe got a little scrape on it or it got a cut on it. We could put a Band-Aid, we could put a gauze on there, we can put a dressing on there. We're worried about his head and his hip. When you get done talking about an abrasion, so you keep your report. Do you know what? She looked at me and she had an attitude. You know why people have attitude? Because they want to tell you something that, you know what I'm saying? Like some people say, if you go to school, you're not going to learn everything. You don't know everything. And I listened to what she said. I went and got another nurse and said, look here, what do you see? Do you think he got this abrasion because he fell? She said, nah, he couldn't have. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, now we're both in agreement. You see what I'm saying? So you go sit down somewhere. Oh, she had an attitude. But here's the thing. When I came on, like I know, I didn't come on as a charge nurse. I came on because there was not enough CNAs on the floor. Guess what I did? I went straight to the floor. Because there was so much that this young lady had to do. Now, had I sit back and if I wanted to be mean, but next time when she's on the floor like that by herself, do you think I'm going to come on the floor? Because you're trying to overstep your boundaries. And if you think I'm not qualified to do my job, guess what? I will do my job and I will let you do your job and I will not help you. And here's the thing. That's the reason why, to be honest with you. That's the reason why. Because we don't have enough help. She couldn't do it all on her own. Actually, when I came on the floor, I had to put 4 or 5 people to bed. She couldn't do it all. She was happy I was putting these people to bed. She looked up. She was like, such and such is in the bed. Such and such is in the bed. And she was like, thank you. Thank you. No, I should have let you just do it all night. But that would make you angry. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when things are happening, this is 2023. The God that we serve, do the right thing. I'm not helping her no more, but I'm still going to put people to bed because it's not about her. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, if I come on and she's by herself, I can care less about her. I'm there to try to help and protect the people. So she's struggling. I know she can't do it. I'm going to put people to bed, but I'm not helping her. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing what I'm paid to do, is try to keep them safe and healthy. It ain't got nothing to do with her. Do I care for her? No, I don't, because she's from down south. She always want to be in, the other colors, face like she knows something. Talking all country. Talking all country. Yes, it is. So I'm going to tell you something. This year, do everything right. Do everything right. These boys, they didn't deserve none of this. This is what I'm saying. If somebody would have just did the right thing, but we were talking the other day. I don't know if I was talking to you or I was talking to somebody else. I can't even remember because a lot of stuff was going on. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The state took those kids from the mother. They did not give her they didn't give her and her family an honest chance to get those kids. The best thing for those kids is always reunite with the mom or with the family. Nobody's going to treat your kids better than you. They're just not. People want to say, I love them kids just like my own. Yeah, like. Like is totally different than love.
That's true.
When it comes down to your kid and somebody else's kid, you're going to pick your child. I'm just being honest. Some people don't like what I'm saying, but I've been there and I know. You're going to say, I'm not going to get rid of my child to take care of somebody else's kid. I got to get my kid some help.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with, I don't like that kid. I love the kid, but I got to go get my kid some help. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Even if the other child is misbehaving, get that child some help too. And if you can't help them, then give them to somebody that can. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, look, this is too much for me to handle.
Yes.
And when you can't handle it no more, give that child to somebody that loves that child like you. That's not going to hurt the child. There's nothing wrong with handing the child to the father. There's nothing wrong with handing the child to the biological mother or father. There's nothing wrong by handing the child back to the system. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't handle the child. Give them to somebody that can. Don't go killing them kids.
That's right.
That is evil. Because you want the money. You cannot mistreat children. They're not here for that. Do you not think that God is going to, he says, let me be your vengeance.
Yes.
You ain't got to go doing nothing. He's going to make sure everything, may not in your time, but I guarantee you, they're going to have to pay. And you know what? It's better for them to pay down here than to go in front of the father and explain to him why they thought it was okay to take two kids out. It was a time, a long time ago. Sister, listen. Remember one thing that we used to always promise, and that was leave the kids out of it.
That's right. That is absolutely correct.
You don't touch the kids. You don't put your mouth on them. You don't say this is a bad kid, an ugly kid, a retarded kid, slow kid. I'm going to beat your kid. I'm going to hit your kid. Nothing. Leave the kids out of it.
Yes, they are limits.
If anything else, if you can't do the good right job, then guess what? Just leave them alone. Give them back to somebody that can do or think they can do better. You can still pay attention to what's going on. But if you know that you're slowly not helping that kid and that kid is drifting away, get the kid some help.
Yes.
And trust me, I know kids will tear some stuff up. I mean, physically, mentally, they will tear you down. Especially when the child is not your biological child, telling you to go F yourself or I don't give a dang and shut up and cussing you out. See, we take stuff from our own kids, but just think if somebody else's kid was telling you that. You done bought them cars, you done bought them clothes, you done fed them, you done put your house up, you done worked 2-3 jobs or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But you still got to make sure that kid is okay.
Yes.
no matter what nobody say or think or whatever. But guess what? If you can't do it because you're doing so much and the kid is going crazy, cuckoo, doing stuff, hand the kid to somebody that will care for that child. We're going to celebrate today. Yes, Soldier Girl, we're going to celebrate. I don't know how I'm going to celebrate. Girl, I just, you know what happened today. My whole check is gone. I had to get my car out the shop. I had to go pay my phone bill. My check is gone. I'm gonna celebrate. I got $30, $40. I gotta keep working all week or whatever. I don't know. I gotta put some gas in my car, and that's all I got. I'm done. Ain't nothing. I can sit back and look. What we gonna do to celebrate? Hey, you guys, we celebrating. Soldier Girl says yes. It's a good day. I feel good. You feel good? We couldn't wait for this. We couldn't wait. And now we got nothing to celebrate with because we broke. We both gonna get us a big old cup of ice water. I got me bottled water here. I'm like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I knew you would do it. I knew you would. But we at Cody Voice says she said, I got my music on, dancing all around the house. Soldier Girl says, I'm broker than a joke. I know no parent is perfect, but the state think if you smoke a joint, you're unfit. I understand, but you let pervert drag queens teach kindergartens. Make that make sense. Well, Joanne, I don't know. I don't know. I hear what you're saying. But if just because somebody's preference is a drag queen doesn't make them unfit, I question their decisions, but I mean that's just what I think. But that's not. I mean that's just. Yeah. Yeah. If they got a good job and they love children, and the child needs a home. Okay, a home is better than an institution or a hospital or an orphanage, where they can get some one-on-one help until, whatever. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but a child needs somebody, anybody can love, but not everybody will love. So look at the person's heart instead of looking at what they're wearing, That's all I can say about that. And I'm not in agreement with one thing and not in agreement with the other. I'm just saying, And I understand what you're saying, but when a child needs a home is a home. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah. They're going to have a hard time when they get to prison. They are. They are. Anyway, we've been on this live for 43 minutes. She said they in their 30s. Yes, they in their 30s, and they're going to almost do about 30. They say they can do, we did the more likely to get up to. It can be less than the 20. We counted 27 and a half years. Let me see. Where's the paperwork? Hold on. Let me find this paperwork. I want to definitely smell in there. Okay. So I'm going to say this before we get off of this. Stay on the line with me because I want to talk to you. But count 4 and 5, they could not come up with a verdict. The state has the option to try to retrial it, but on those 2 counts, they are considered a mistrial on those 2 counts. And one of them, count 4, it was 8 found guilty, and 4 was like they undecided. And number 5, it was 10 found guilty, and 2 was like, no, I'm not moving, I'm undecided. And I understand one of them was probably first-degree murder, and so therefore I would have been like undecided on that myself because, like, you might be trying these people for murder, and then their child could have murdered them, or Wanda could have murdered them, or Jacqueline's mother could have murdered them. I don't know. So I probably couldn't have done those two. But second degree murder is not that, you intentionally did it, and plus they got that gives you 15 years, up to 15 years, you guys. Remember, it's up to 15 years. When they get sentenced, you never know. They can still come out. Jackie can say, let me make a deal. I'll tell you where the kids is. Would they knock off, you know what I'm saying? They can still do that. They can knock off some time if she tell where the kids are at or what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But for her to do that, they could be looking at getting recharged those 4 and 5 counts because they was off the table.
mm-hmm.
So now that you tell the truth, see what I'm saying? It's like, you had ample opportunity to say everything. Yes, it can be concurrent or consecutive. Exactly. And what people don't understand, like you got a 15-year sentence on the second degree murder, then you got 11 years on the voluntary murder. They can be at the same time. So even though that you're doing 15 years, that 11 could be in that 15 years. So the 15 could be the greater, and the 1 year could be in the 15, and the 6 months can be in the 15. So really, you only got 15 years, and then you're doing state time. So you're looking at 12 years, because after you do state time and you get good time, it equals out to about 3 years with good time, So, and you may not even get the full 15. You might get 12, then take off 3. So you're looking at doing 9 because it says up to 15. You can't do no less. You know what I'm saying? You can have second degree murder and end up with only about 6 or 7 years. A lot of people don't know that, but you can. But you at least gonna do 5 or more. You at least gonna do that. We did have a thank you for the super chat, Sugar Mama. We had a super chat earlier, and I'm writing this down because I can't remember who gave that, but I'm gonna have to go back and look. Sugar Mama, we owe you 3 tickets. Okay, do they get time served? Yes, they do get time served. You guys do know that. They do get time served, and they've been in there for what, 2 years?
Uh-huh.
All right, you guys, we're getting ready. The other person gave us a super chat, and Sugar Mama gave us a super chat. I'm trying to find it, but it won't let me do it. All right, you guys. I'm gonna get on off of here. It was nice. We stayed on a little longer than what we normally stay on. I can't see your chat right now, and that's cool. Thank you, PS. Thank you for the super chat. She says, dance it again. Do it again. PS says, do it again. Do it again. All right. Oh, I got to do it one more time. because there was one other person that did the super chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you guys. I'll see you guys Monday live at 3:00 p.m. Go spread the good news. You guys, it's going to be a beautiful Friday. Bye.
Dropping them but golden nuggets.
SP News Nuggets. And you guys, we're going to have a lovely time. And if we don't, oh well. Here we go.
I'm known to throw shade.
Robinson died as the result of a spinal injury.
Well, they told us it was alcohol poison.
Go and terrorize black and brown communities.
Tell me the truth. I won't even get mad. I won't get mad.
Are you sure you ain't gonna get
I'm
mad?
not gonna get mad. Just tell me if you slept with her, yes, I won't
Are
get
you
mad.
sure you ain't gonna get
I
mad?
won't get mad.
Alright, well I slept with her.
Come on. Come on here. Shit. They'll pull me in the ground. Get your ass back in the house. Never carry you back outside.
No more Tyree Nichols.
Yes, sir.
No more Tyree Nichols.
No more.
No more Tyree Nichols.
No more Tyree Nichols.
No more Tyree Nichols.